Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. I'm still here in the Gary area in Northwest Indiana, where we are helping the community. We'll talk about that at the end. That's going to be my inspirational message right there, right? So listen, we know what's happening with the stock market, right? We had PPI, CPI, we had all this inflation data. That's over, that's behind us. And the rate of inflation has slowed down. Okay, that's good news. Okay, jobs, not so much, because job openings have slowed down and people are tapping out, just stop looking for jobs, right? And it's not dire, but it's weakening. It's a weakening job market. That's what it shows us. And then we had the big dogs that, like Home Depot, Target. I don't know about Target, but Walmart. Those are the type of companies that have reported, and we see what's going on. Walmart just went down, okay, and they had a decent earnings, but the stock fell. But it's showing that the consumer is weak, and so we are looking at data that is behind us. Okay, we had big tech earnings that's behind us. That was actually good, though we still have to look for Nvidia, right? And when Nvidia reports, that's going to be the big door that closes on big tech. And we got to see Nvidia will most likely be a market mover, good or bad. We're just going to see. Do I know how they're going to report? Nope, no one does. Do I play options on earnings before they have their earnings called? Nope, I'm not trying to gamble. I don't know what's going to happen with Nvidia. All I know is if I'm live trading that day, then we money movers, we plan on making money. Okay, so we're going to switch right here. Listen, back to stocks. Trade the market that you're in. Don't try to preempt the market and do puts early. Even on stock like SpaceX, which I believe is going to come down even more, which it did last week, right? And I just believe that you have to trade the market that you're in. And if you're a stock picker, you're doing good. If you are a options person and you just trade the trend, you're doing good. You don't get ahead of yourself. If the market keeps climbing up, don't try to prematurely short it. I always say don't get married to a market direction because it could shift quickly. Now, Bitcoin hit what, 78,000? It probably hit 79,000. But as it stands right now, I looked at it a while ago, it was 77,000. Bitcoin, I'm just going to tell you, like I told you in my video yesterday, it is something that I believe in long term. I believe that a lot of people are still scared of it because they don't understand it. I do. I believe that Bitcoin is not going anywhere, especially while the current president is in office, because he's walked away with about 1.4 billion in crypto. Excuse me, his family. And I'm just telling you that it's not going anywhere. I'm also telling you, like I've been telling you, and if you want to know more about Bitcoin, I'm going to leave a video up in your upper right hand corner and you can watch that. I show you the seasons of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is like the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P wrapped up into one, if you ask me. It's like one big ETF of all crypto. I will also tell you that all of my crypto is 80%. I will also tell Bitcoin is 80% of all of my crypto. I will also tell you, I came here 2 months ago and said that I'm dollar cost averaging. I'm buying every day. I said it and forget it. When it went down to 58, I was buying even more. I started with $100 a day, and then $500 a day, and then $15, then $2,500 a day. But my $2,500 a day is when it went the lowest. Okay, now that we're up to 77, now I'm back to $100 a day. I do the opposite. I do not put more money at the high. That's not the way you become wealthy with crypto. You do the polar opposite. Now, again, Bitcoin, layer ones, and then meme coins, right? I still have all my meme coins. Somebody says, do you still have your Pepe and your Bunk? Yes, I do. Still have it. I told you guys, I still got it. It's still in the portfolio that I shared with you guys. Okay. But I'm good now that 80% of my crypto is Bitcoin. And then I go into Ethereum and Solana and those Sui, those type of layer ones. Okay. You name it, chain link, you name it. I got them and I'm going to hold them. Okay. And at some point, my layer ones, this is for me. I'm going to convert those into Bitcoin. That's me. Okay. At some point when I think they've run up enough this coming cycle, we'll talk later about crypto cycles, when to buy. I like to buy big early. And when Bitcoin gets back above 100K, that's when I'm taking it easy. And I let the other people buy it and chase it and push the price up because they're buying it. And all of these influencers that don't know anything that's going to say it's going to $1 million by the end of next year, just like XRP. Now, let's talk about XRP. XRP, the most controversial crypto I've ever talked about, okay? I like XRP. I have XRP. But XRP, if someone told me that Bitcoin was going this next cycle to $2 million, I'm not going to believe it just because I have it. And I'm telling you guys right now, again, XRP will not go above $12, even in a super cycle, this cycle. Last cycle, I told you, it won't go above $5, and it didn't. This cycle, it won't go above $12. Some of you are going to see that as negative. And I think you're crazy if you see that as negative. Look at the price now. If it goes to $12, you put in the chat what is the multiple on that? How many times is that? Where are you going to go and get that kind of money? And so, yeah, if I buy XRP, I don't care if I buy XRP around $1 and it goes to $12, that's a 12x. So is there money to be made with it? Yes. And don't let anybody tell you if you got 10 XRP that you will be a millionaire. That is the biggest. I want you to do your own due diligence. Now you don't have to know tokenomics. All you got to do is put in the chat and say, based on tokenomics, what would have to be the market cap of XRP for it to be $1,000, for it to be $100? And then look at the market cap of where it is now. And then you will start to cut through all of the crap that you guys are seeing on, especially. Sorry guys, the phone got hot and shut down. So I was just saying that be careful of what you see on TikTok and YouTube, on any platform, about the big chase. It happens every cycle. By now, most people should know better. But you know what? When somebody tells you you're going to be a millionaire tomorrow, we are quick to click and follow. Be anxious for nothing. Be anxious for nothing. Pull that scripture up. Be anxious for nothing. Pray about it. Do your research. Don't be too lazy with your hard-earned money. I'm going to go shift right into my inspiration, okay? My inspiration is what's happening right now in Northwest Indiana, okay? We got places like Griffith, Portage, Lake Station. It still has no power. But the support for Gary has been, and I've actually done something in most of these cities except Lake Station, okay? So everybody, you can't help everybody, but you got to do some things, okay? And we can't wait for the government, right? We can get on their case later. We have to spring into action. My inspiration today is be who you want to be, not who you are. Look to your future, not your present, not your reality. Your reality could be your future and not what you are, what's happening with you today. Understand what I'm saying? You know, they say when you're born, you look like your parents, and when you die, you look like your decisions. Okay? That is so true. I'm here to tell you. But think about the future you. Okay. And what I mean by that is I asked God when I was making $10 an hour, God, I need to be wealthy so I could help people. And I feel like God told me, prove it to me. Prove it to me right now with what you have. And I started blessing people with $5. And it may have been an insult to some people, but it's all I had. So I started blessing people with $5. I started blessing people with $10, $25. And that's what I chose to do because I was sowing seed into my future me. And so now God has blessed me. I'm blessed. I'm blessed not just financially. I'm blessed because I have you guys that I can talk to. I'm blessed with my family. I'm blessed with my relationships and my friends. I'm blessed to have the people in my life that are in my life. I'm blessed. And I'm blessed to be in a position to be a blessing to others. And so what I would say to you during this crisis, and there's other crises all around the country, yet alone all around the world, do what you can do. And don't wait for somebody with deep pockets to come in, because God is not looking for that. He's looking for community. I believe that God is smiling right now. The resilient people in Gary. I mean, the line of Pastor Boone that I was in Gary, the line of cars was 2 miles long. And all of them weren't going to get food from that semi. And that church is doing it again today. And I will be with them tomorrow. And we're going to give. I've given through my business, and I've given personally. And I want to just shout out Keenan Grace and Stocks with Josh. This is part of my inspirational. This is a true story. South suburbs of Chicago got hit and Indiana got towed up, right? And I have property in Indiana. And I had trees. You guys know, I told you guys, I spent 10 hours. Chainsaw, I was covered in sawdust, right? Got here just in time to see that tornado come through. And it was underreported. And that's what the big uproar was. Not reported at all. Keenan Grace calls me with his wife in the car and says, man, I had a crazy dream that you was standing in the middle of a storm. This is absolutely true. And I laughed and I said, yeah, man, it happened. He said, what happened? I said, the storm, the tornado. He said, what tornado? He was dead serious. And his wife goes, are you kidding me? And I said, no, sis, I'm not kidding you. I was literally in a tornado along with the south suburbs of Chicago and all of Lake County in Indiana. And he was like, what? So I get on the phone, I called Josh, told him, Josh says, I haven't heard anything about it. And I go, what? Listen, guys, Josh spent years, he grew up in GI in Gary, Indiana. Stocks with Josh I'm talking about. And so we got to talking about it. Keenan Grace said, man, let's do something. Let's do something. I'm digging in my pocket. And so the three of us got on the phone. I called Josh. Josh was like, I'm waiting on y'all. Let's go. And I was like, let's do this. So I came back here, and it's a good thing to be on the ground and to see people helping people. God is smiling when he sees people helping people. So don't fall for the foolishness. Don't fall for the finger pointing. The linemen, we need to surround them. They're doing all they can. The policemen are doing an outstanding job. And the mayor of Gary is doing a great job. And I don't think he could do any better right now under these circumstances. Can you imagine 12 days, 13 days, no power? The gas stations didn't have power for days, right? The only ones that did, they ran out of gas. The grocery stores, no power. They were food deserts. So people couldn't get to resources. And when they got to the resources, those places didn't have power or limited power, or they would run out. Just think about that. Think about the people that didn't have cars. Just think about the people that was on dialysis. When I was with Pastor Boone yesterday, the look in those people's eyes were like, oh my goodness. But they were resilient. God bless the people of Gary. God bless you guys. Okay. So I'll be back in Gary Monday morning, and we're going to continue. I'm going to report from Instagram. So follow me. I'll leave my IG link in the bio, in the description below. And that's the only link I really want you to look at, and because I'm going to keep you guys posted and how we can continue to help the people of Gary. And again, God is smiling when we take care of each other. Again, I always say we're going to be judged on how we take care of one another, not just by the words of our mouth. God knows your heart. And I believe you guys have a heart of gold. All right. I'll see you later. Check out the links below. Follow me on IG only through the link here, because there's a lot of fake pages. And remember, never send money or crypto to anyone. We don't do that. I will never ask you how your trading is going. Don't fall for spam. All right. I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. And I will be live trading tomorrow morning in Money Moves. Okay. We'll see you later. Live, love, laugh, and learn.